Hello everyone, my name is Carol. Welcome back to my channel. This energy reading is going to be for the week of March 3rd through March 9th, which also includes the next moon phase with the new moon starting on March 6th. One of the things that I have been getting nudges to do, which I'm also going to start doing this week, is I've also gotten nudges to start doing readings for each group of signs: earth, fire, air, and water. I'm going to start off doing monthly readings, and then if I get more urges or more nudges, I may actually start doing weekly readings for those signs also. So stay tuned to my channel, see what goes on. I'm sure whatever comes out will be to our benefit. So this week I'm going to be using first my Wild Oracle deck, or Wild Offering Oracle by Tasha Silver. And I'm going to choose 2 cards out of here to get an idea of what the energies are for the week of March 3rd through the 9th of 2019. There's one. And another card. And I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but the energies this past week for me have been very, very strong. A lot of things I've had to deal with, revelations I've come to that I'm now working through on my journey. So I'm wishing that all of you have much success doing this, because I know how difficult it is, but as long as we make sure that we stick to our intuition and we listen to our guidance, we'll be guided the right way. Okay, so from this deck, the first card that came out is called Ambition. May I offer all my deepest longings to love itself and invite a divine plan beyond the mind's imagining. Please use me for the highest good. This actually goes along with something that I've been seeing, which is I've been seeing many people in the collective, light workers, people like that, stepping up to do what they're divinely guided to do. And I think even more so in the past week or so, and maybe that's one of the reasons why these energies have been so strong. People have actually really been stepping up and moved to do those things that they know that they're supposed to do. And they're being guided to make sure that they follow the divine plan that's being set out for them. That's actually one of the things that happened to me this week. And so this is actually very apropos for my situation also. So this card is reminding us to make sure that whatever we desire, make sure we know that it's all part of divine timing and divine plan. And ultimately, it's for our highest good and the highest good of all mankind. The second card says, Travel. Let every aspect of this trip unfold in harmony. May divine order arrange and handle every detail. I'll be guided easily and follow the leads as they are shown. So this tells me that some of you, and again, this isn't going to resonate with everybody, take what resonates and leave the rest. This tells me that some of you will be traveling during this time period. Some of us, as we're getting our taxes, we may be considering doing things with that, especially now to make sure that we please ourselves and make sure that we are satisfying ourselves. So if that's what you're doing, this is saying that this is going to work out to your benefit, that the divine is behind it. They're in control of it. You don't have to worry about it, and you'll be guided where you need to go at that point. Those are interesting cards that came out. Okay, the next deck I'm going to use is the Flower Therapy deck by Doreen Virtue. And let's get 2 cards from it. One came out right away. And this is for the week of March 3rd through the 9th, including the new moon phase starting on March 6th. Also remember that Mercury goes into retrograde on March 5th also. And as we know, sometimes Mercury retrograde can wreak havoc with any type of communication. So if you're planning on communicating with anybody, not just your twin, make sure that your communication is the way you want it to be, because Mercury retrograde is famous for making sure that texts don't get received the right way or go missing, emails don't get received the right way or go missing. So just be very careful around this time that what you want to say is received the way you want it to be. Okay, so the first card out of the Flower Therapy deck says, communicate with your angels. It says, you have the ability to connect with the beings of love who surround you. Communicate with your angels and deliver their healing messages to others. So this goes along with what we were talking about before, about our ambition and being used for our highest good. Make sure that you're communicating with whatever is guiding you, whatever that may be, so that you make sure that you are communicating things properly. Again, going with Mercury retrograde, make sure that whatever messages you are getting are being delivered the way you want them to be delivered. Make sure that those messages are clear of ego, and that those messages, when you deliver them, are to the benefit of the person that you're delivering them to. The second one says, open your arms to receiving. You've prayed for help, now be open to accepting it. So whatever you've done, wherever you've asked for help, be it the angels, the divine, whatever source you've asked for help from, you have to make sure that you're open to actually recognizing it and receiving it when you get it. Sometimes we will pray for guidance, we'll pray for things to be the right way, and then when we're nudged by our intuition or our guides to do those things, because of our ego, we may ignore them. So this is telling me that for the majority of us, we need to make sure that you're open to receiving whatever messages come through, because we want to make sure, again, that we are in a state where when we receive it, we're able to apply it, we're able to benefit from it. This kind of goes along with some things that I've been listening to, especially Abraham Hicks, where he talks about being in the receiving mode. And it's that mode where you're feeling good about everything and you know that things are coming to you and you don't doubt that they're coming to you, so you have peace knowing that they're coming. And that's what this card reminds me of. It reminds me of making sure that you're always in that receptive mode, that you're always joyful, that you're always grateful, so that whatever comes along that you've prayed for is able to come to you without reservation. I think the next one I'm going to use, and I'll only pull one from this one. This is a new deck I got called the Work Your Light Oracle Cards. This is by Rebecca Campbell, and I love this deck. If you look at the outside of the cards, they're beautiful. They're purple and green and pink, and they have roses on them. They're just gorgeous. And when I first pulled this deck out, cards started falling out, so I really enjoyed the energy that I got from these cards already and what comes out when I actually use them. So let's see what this set of cards has to say. Okay, so let's see what comes out. Actually, I think I'll do 2 cards from this deck also. Oh, that was 3. Okay, we'll take the 3. Okay, the first card that comes out says, Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Isn't it funny that that came out also with the ambition card that also said divine plan? Let me read this from the book. It's called Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Which, okay, I never really knew that Jesus had a grandmother, but we're just going to go with it. Okay, this says Anna, grandmother of Jesus, was an ancient mystic who dedicated her life to laying the foundations for Christ consciousness to be woven through all of life. She is not widely known, but without her Christ consciousness would not be rising as it is today. Anna represents the quiet dedication that is sometimes required to live a life of service. She represents the generations that came before that devoted their lives to dreaming a new world into being while knowing that they would not see the glorious end result. She represents the dutiful soldier, the unconditional mother, and the mystic who can see the thread that is woven through all of life. Anna teaches us that we all have a part to play in the divine plan. It doesn't have to be on the world stage to be significant. One person's part is not worthier than the other. One person's part may be to mother their children. Another's may be to gather women in circle each month. No part is better or worse, more important or less significant. We each have within us a seed of light that we incarnated to share. Anna is gathering us all to remember and surrender to our part of the plan. Well, I don't think much more needs to be said with that. The divine plan, whatever may happen, we are part of it. Make sure that we are doing our part to make sure that consciousness is spread throughout the world, because eventually that's going to be what enlightens everyone. The second one says, get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. This card actually has come out a couple of times already just in the brief time that I've been doing these readings. And so that tells me that this energy is the same. Get grounded. You are being called to get grounded, to ensure that your luminous field is clear and your inner well is full. If you're not grounded, it is all too easy to get swept up in other people's energy and mistake it for your own. Your boundaries will become blurred as you are absorbing the energies around you and struggling to define what is their stuff and what is yours. If you pulled this card, you are very likely an empath or a highly sensitive person and need time alone to fill up your well, balance your energy, and get grounded. There are two types of people, those who draw their energy from others and those who draw their energy from within. Reflect on which one you are and carve out time each day to ensure your well is being replenished. Being sensitive is a superpower, but like all powers, it needs to be nurtured in order to be fulfilled. It is easy to get swept up in the high-frequency energies that are swirling around the planet. The quickest and most effective way of clearing all of this from your field is to ground yourself by connecting with Mother Earth. There are many ways to get grounded. One of the most powerful ones is to practice earthing by connecting to the power of Mother Earth. Spend time in nature, put your hands on a tree, your palms are extensions of your heart chakra, or walk barefoot on the earth. So, again, directed towards light workers, empaths, make sure that you are getting grounded, as this is part of clearing your energy and making sure that you are getting the messages that you need to be getting from your angels and from spirit and from source. And the third card says, birthing a new age. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. This is apropos considering that we're going into the new moon phase, which is starting a new cycle of the moon. So that means that this week there's a possibility of actually starting something that's going to come into existence at this point, whatever that may be. If you are being pushed to do something spiritually, now is the time to start it, as long as you make sure that your communication is correct. If you have to travel to do it, make sure that you do it, because this is guaranteeing that it's going to work out the way that you want it to. And the card for birthing a new age says, often our path is exactly the one that we don't feel prepared to walk. Walk it anyway. Often what is rising feels far bigger than we could possibly hold. Be a container for it anyway. Often our creations seem to have a wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that most intimidates us. Be courageous and do it anyway. We are birthing a new age. Right now, we're in a transition period between ages, in the process of allowing the old cycle to fall away and the new to rise. Like driving in the fog and trusting the road will appear ahead, we need to release old identities and ways that no longer serve us, using our intuition as a compass. You are part of a group of souls who have been incarnating at significant periods of history preparing for this exact time, dreaming a new world into being. Magdalene's sisters, daughters of Isis, Essenes, priestesses, witches, mystics, healers, seers, artists, midwives, visionaries, guardians of the earth, and storytellers from times past. It is time to give permission and space for what is beckoning within to be born. We are dreaming a new world into being. And I think I'm going to end the reading with that. I think this has said all it needs to say. There's something that you're wanting to do, that you're going to start doing, that may possibly involve travel. Make sure that your communication is correct. Make sure that you've meditated on it. Make sure that you're getting guidance from whoever you get guidance from to guide your way. Make sure you follow your intuition. When you ask for that help, make sure that you're able to receive it. And make sure that you understand that when you get grounded and you make sure that you're doing everything not just for your highest good, but for the highest good of others, will be part of birthing a new age. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you do like it, please click like, share, and subscribe with your friends. And I will let you know, or you will see the next video comes out with the energy reading for the groups of signs for March. I'll talk to you all later. Everybody have a great one. Have a great week and be blessed.